Let the magic begin. First up on day 2 at Newcastle United St James's Park, it's the French Marauders from Perpignan, the Catalan Dragons against 4th placed Huddersfield Giants. And let's quickly take a look at the table as we come into this. You see how important it is for Huddersfield. They don't want to be cast adrift away from the top 3. It could be as many as 4 points adrift if they lose here today. Catalan, of course, they have eyes on the top 4 themselves. And, well, they will be making a significant move up the table if they win here. The teams, they will line up like this. First of all, the Catalan Dragons. And they've got Morgan Escaré at fullback. Then it's Fouad Yaha, Tony Gigot, Willie Tonga and Michael Oldfield. Todd Carney plays alongside Scott Giroux. And that could be a very crucial decision by the coach, Laurent Freycinet. The forward pack is Olivier Ellemer, Ian Henderson and the captain Remy Casti. Zeb Taylor, Elliot Whitehead and Jason Battieri complete the starting lineup. And on the bench for the Dragons, Louis Anderson, Gregory Muniz, Eloi Pelissier and Julien Bosquet. And the coach, as I say, is Laurent Freycinet. Now the men from Huddersfield, and Scott Griggs is their full-back. It's Jermaine McGilvery, Aaron Murphy, Jake Connor and Jody Broughton. Danny Brough will pull the strings alongside Kyle Wood. The forward pack for the Giants, Craig Kopczak, Luke Robinson, Craig Hubie, Joe Wardle, Jack Hughes and Brett Ferris. And the substitutes awaiting their chance, Earl Crabtree, Ukuma Tai, Anthony Mullally and Cruz Leeming, and the coach is Paul Anderson. The Catalans arriving in Newcastle in tremendous spirit after completing arguably the most amazing victory in their history. And with a cup quarter-final at Hull KR on the horizon, every chance that the Dragons will celebrate 10 Super League years in style this year. Huddersfield arrive here having remained unbeaten in their last 5 Super League matches under Paul Anderson, with a 38-14 home win against the Catalan Dragons still fresh in the memory from as early as April the 19th. Paul Anderson's men playing their 7th different team in 9 years of Magic football. Wakefield, Warrington, the Crusaders, Wigan, Salford and Bradford having faced them previously. So they won't be unduly fazed by the prospect of fresh opponents in the team from Perpignan. These two going head-to-head for the first time at the Magic weekend after their opponents of the previous couple of years, the London Broncos and Bradford, were relegated at the end of 2014. So game 1 of day 2 is about to swing into action. And so are our commentators. We've got Angela Powers at pitch side. We have Phil and Barry alongside Bill Arthur.
The Giants and the Dragons taking the field at St James's Park. Nice touch from Olivier Ellemer, just signing the shirt of the young mascot alongside him, wearing their Sky Tri shirts, of course. Danny Brough leading out the Giants. And a great support here for the Catalan Dragons, certainly in terms of the distances they've got to travel. But 100 or so of them in town on an official trip. They've had a great time. 1 or 2 of them might just be suffering from a touch of fog on the time today after a big night out last night. But certainly the side are focused on putting to bed this perception that they can't travel. Well, they can't travel, just 6 defeats from 7, with their only win on the road being at the bottom of the table, Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. But going into this game on the back of a thumping victory over the Wigan Warriors last weekend, you have to say that the Catalan Dragons pose a real threat to the Huddersfield Giants today, Phil.
They do, and they'll be excited at the prospect of playing on this brilliant stadium. See the young children in front of them with those Sky Tri t-shirts, you know, not just a chance for the stars, but a lot of primary rugby league children getting a chance to play in and around this weekend as well at half-time on this game. And great to see a lot of small-sided games, kids enjoying some rugby league at a simple, basic level.
Ben Thaler, match referee, Ian Smith and Chris Kendall, video refs for this one. And it'll be the Catalan Dragons to get us underway. Olivier Ellemer flexing the muscles. Scott Griggs, ever dependable for the Huddersfield Giants, a big influence on their side. Laurent Freycinet, well, pretty contented coach at the moment, but work to do in terms of table placing. Still 7th in the table, an opportunity for them to move up. Huddersfield 4th in the table, as day 2 of the Magic Weekend gets underway here at St James's Park, with the Catalan Dragons taking on the Huddersfield Giants. The Giants coming into this game off the back of a scratchy win against the Castleford Tigers, not without its controversy as well, with that Earl Crabtree try. Well, Castleford felt didn't make the whitewash, but that is history. And the Catalan supporters making themselves heard. Todd Carney making the tackle. He and Giroud in partnership again. Carney making consecutive appearances for only the 2nd time since joining the Catalan Dragons. Here is Morgan Escray, scored a superb try against Wigan last time out. Carney and Fouad Yaha, this 18-year-old winger, going backwards, but manages to somehow get the scrumble a pass away. Vincent Dupont not likely to reappear for the Catalan Dragons this season, I understand, from Laurent Fraisenou.
That was an offload to a player. One of the basic rules you try to adhere to when you're offloading the ball is pass the ball to somebody in a better position than you. Fouad Yaha being pushed back, probably putting a bit too much pressure, but the intensity that the Giants have started this game in defence, I think we'll see that develop throughout the game.
Casti plays the ball, and Giroud, well, he took his time getting the kick away, and it's bounced kindly, very kindly indeed for Fouad Yaha. The ball is kept alive, and Escray, just for a moment, he scented an opportunity, but it's very quickly shut down by Brett Ferris, and Henderson, little shove. And then a little bit of afters between Escray and Ferris. That ball ricochets, and it's into the hands of Craig Kopczak, and the referee says there was a knock-on somewhere along the line.
It's a wild start. Catalan, as you quite rightly said, Bill, Todd Carney took his time and the kick pressure came in. And then there's a 30-second period.
The accidental offside there.
Yeah, it is. There's Brett Ferris putting pressure on Scott Giroud, actually.
Giroud's going to come under some pressure from the Giants. He did when the two sides met earlier in the season, and Huddersfield won 38 points to 14. An emphatic win that was, and they've spilled that ball, and it's a free play, and this is an opportunity, a great opportunity for the Giants, but good covering defence, but they will come back. Ben Thaler will bring them back for the original knock-on.
Well, that's 1-0 for Michael Oldfield. Jordie Broughton, one of the fastest players on the pitch, and I'm sure Paul Anderson thought when this ball went on the floor, it ended up in the hands of Jordie Broughton. I'm sure he thought this is a certain try, but Michael Oldfield, with some fantastic defence, cuts him down. Great work.
We haven't been playing for 3 minutes, as we've seen an indication of how the Catalan Dragons like to keep the ball alive. Even when they had the ball charged down on this side, they were flicking it around. Obviously the passes when you're close to defenders are more risky ones. They lost the ball here, and Huddersfield will get a chance to attack. A little bit of tape over the boot and the sock.
Jake Connor in trouble there. Early knock for him. Whitehead it was who spilled that ball. It can be their own worst enemy at times, the Catalan Dragons.
That's why they're so excited to watch Jake Connor.
Doesn't look very convincing.
No, he doesn't look happy. He's been really good form, playing in the centre. Probably made his name coming through the ranks at Huddersfield as a fullback, filling in at centre and doing a sterling job.
We're moving a bit more freely as that scrum packed down, but Huddersfield head and feet at that scrum after the Catalan Dragons knocked on. Robinson gets the pass away, it's gone backwards. Jack Hughes will scramble. It's a scrambling sort of start between these two as day 2 of the Magic Weekend gets underway. It's Kopczak with the run. Olivier Ellimer, they were once teammates at the Bradford Bulls, Kopczak and Ellimer. Now going head to head in this one. Brough, short ball. Joe Wardle took the pass at pace, but the tackle was made. Whitehead it was. Brough, short pass from him. Ferris turns.
Over here, guys. Wait.
Zeb Taylor with the tackle. That's some confrontation. Jack Hughes.
That's an unusual option on the last play. Very unusual option there from Luke Robinson to toss the ball to Jack Hughes, who's under immediate pressure as soon as he received possession. Very few other options, unless they're happy now to turn it over at this end, but Danny Brough was desperate, I think, to test the kick out to the far side of the field.
Willie Tonga plays the ball. Jason Bateri. just about reaching his own 20-metre line.
Go.
Henderson decides to go on his own, the Scottish international hooker, but makes little progress.
Good line speed from the Giants.
Wait, go.
These two sides just testing each other out in the opening minutes here. Olivier Elmer.
4 movements, Craig.
Ferries gets a hold of a leg.
Wait, go, better.
Giroud puts the kick in. This time he gets it away well, and it's a good kick as well, that one is. Grix, it's not going to go any further, and Grix is going to have to return this one. And here is Broughton now, but Broughton looking for some open space, but it's a good chase from the Catalan Dragons.
And it was a kick on the fourth, Bill. That indicates that the intensity, I talked about it, the opening 5 minutes.
Surrender!
The line speed of the Giants, the collision, the control defensively means that the Dragons just want to get the ball as far away from their line as possible.
Rain in the air this morning, heavy rain overnight in Newcastle. Penalty goes the way of the Huddersfield Giants. Interference, says Ben Thaler. Elliot Whitehead pleading innocence.
He's claiming he was almost clamped, Craig Hubit, with his right arm, the hand that he has the ball in. Yeah, I think probably a case there, Elliot Whitehead, but nevertheless, possession goes to Huddersfield Giants.
Yeah, it's damp, it's quite mild, but very different conditions to what was enjoyed yesterday by the sides playing at the 9th Magic Weekend, making its first appearance at St James's Park, and it's been a really popular event so far, judging by the feedback from the fans outside and around the ground. Everybody enjoying their weekend in Newcastle by and large. Brough puts the brakes on as Giroud confronts him.
Well, the Dragons are the ones who put the brakes on Huddersfield's attack, and it's interesting, if you look at the way Huddersfield scored last week, they used the giant men to crash over from close range. If they want to win the grand final, they need more creativity, more flair, I think, in their attacking game. We'll see whether they've got it in this play.
Well, Brough is the kingpin as far as that flair goes. Escaré sweeps across, but he's pinned down. Well, he's lost that ball, and he's flattened as well. The Giants celebrate, but Ben Thaler says, I know, I'm going to have a look at that.
Well, I'm lip reading Paul Anderson. He thinks there's a shoulder charge, and that's certainly the indication from Remy Castett.
Eventually, Ben Thaler says...
He's going to look.
Again, Casti making the points.
I'm going to no.
Looking in his touch, judges.
Right,
Robert Hicks on that far side.
He thinks there's a try. Sure that there's no foul.
Well, we've had a discussion between the two officials whether they're going to say no try or try. So I think that indicates they don't really know. And so they're handing on to the video referee. He's set it up as a try. So he's gone with the attacking team on this occasion. Well, the players are onside. And we can see that Escaré picks the ball up. What happens after this? Certainly a heavy hit. How does that ball come out? Is there a hand on it? Certainly didn't look like any shoulder charge in the initial contact from that angle. Both players trying to throw right. Scott Grix, does he come through with his shoulder?
I think Grix, you could make a case that he has. Joe Wardle, you could make a case that he hasn't.
That's right.
His arms around.
Looks like a try to me.
I'd love to see great defence rewarded with a try, because that's what I think it is, but...
Well, hang on, does Escaré get his hand on that ball before Grix can?
Well, that's the next thing. I mean,
situation.
I'm not convinced that can be classed as a shoulder charge from there. Certainly, as it's been sent up by the referee as a try. I think there's certainly no shoulder charge from Wardle. Slight chance that you could look at the shoulder charge from Grix, but I don't think there's enough evidence really there for that. They're obviously having some trouble with it. Oh, well, I think on that angle you see the contact with the head, so that brings in something completely different. The shoulder charge becomes irrelevant, but you've got contact with the head, which is classed as a strike by the shoulder. So the evidence is there. This should be disallowed.
Does Wardle hit Escaré into the shoulder of Scott Grix?
It's gone from being a try to a red card.
Yeah,
Virtually, yes.
Is it a ricochet?
Whatever it is, it's contact with the head and should be no try.
Well, has Grix got the try? No is the decision.
No.
And possibly justice done there. Escaray is still being tended to. I'm not sure whether he's going to stay on the field at the moment, Morgan Escaray.
Well, it was a lovely kick from Danny Brough. Phil talked about the previous set of 6, him demanding the ball. He didn't get it. Morgan Escaray, he's in a bit of trouble as well.
Well, he's stayed on the field. He's limping. He's covered in blue paint from the sponsorship board.
He's got the fancy dress on like those French soldiers in the crowd. Similar red, white and blue look.
It's been a pretty good day for the Catalan fans already. They won the pre-match dance routine and they won the bubble race on the pitch. But they're not having the best of things so far in this game. 0-0 the score, though. They got away with it then, some will feel, certainly those in Huddersfield Giants colours.
This is the first time
wearing their chain strip in this one.
First time they've had the ball in their opponent's half. They have to be patient. As I say, look, they pass the ball. They play the game differently to every other team in the competition. That Southern French flair is in evidence here with the way that they're unstructured. Little kick now from Carney to the corner.
Grix fields it, and just a slip from him. There is, as I said, it has rained overnight. It's been a bit damp this morning. The pitch is very, very short. It will be slippery out there.
Not only
as McGilvray goes down,
and not only are the players slipping over the boots. Saw Scott Grix when he was trying to play that ball. The ball skidded off the turf, so there could be some fumbles and some mistakes in the play of the ball. Just a little bit of attention to detail needed by both teams.
Huddersfield trying to bring the ball out from deep. Elmer with the tackle on Luke Robinson, and Brough goes for a 40-20. Escaray able to come across for that one, but he's knocked it on. He's furious with himself. He's not having the best of starts to this game. Morgan Escaray, look at him, he looks like it's something from Braveheart.
It looks like he's had his face painted.
He's got the woad on.
Well, that was an outstanding kick. Again, Danny Brough, he spotted the space.
Is this a knock-on though?
Yes.
Well, watch the ball. If the ball only rolls back towards his own try line, that can't be a knock-on. Look.
It is.
That's going backwards.
It bubbles. Stuart Cummins.
I'm with Phil. It always goes backwards. It's always travelling backwards. So, true definition for a knock-on would be it has to travel towards your opponent's in goal. It has to go forward.
I thought it went forwards towards the Huddersfield Giants.
Could it go forwards and then reverse itself without anybody touching it to roll back?
I agree with you, Bill.
Good.
Knock-on.
Oh, well, there's a knock-on by Jack Hughes, and is that karma? It's a knock-on anyway.
It's not made Paul Anderson any calmer there. A greater chance to attack. 6 players inside their opponent's 20, and on the very first one, they lose it without troubling their defence. Concede a penalty, and they're now back in their own half of the field after what had been a brilliant kick from Danny Brough.
Giroud with the kick. It's a scrappy start to this game. It's an early kick-off, of course, a 1 o'clock start. Probably early, certainly earlier than the Catalan Dragons are used to getting into business. They're normally the other end of the day when they're at home, but they've got the penalty, they've taken advantage of it, and I think this is the deepest they have been in Huddersfield Giants territory so far. Interesting colour scheme going on with some of these players now. Olivier Elmer looking a bit blue. Look at
holy moly.
Either that or there's a seagull with a problem. Here's Zeb Taylor. He's reversing Zeb Taylor, outstanding against the Wigan Warriors last week with that hat-trick. Here comes Giroud, they're slinging this ball out wide. Tony Gigot, he got a hat-trick as well, but that pass can't find Oldfield and the chance goes begging.
Tony Gigot is a really exciting player, got lovely balance, beautiful footwork. A couple of question marks over his decision-making sometimes. Gives a big see you later to Danny Brough, and then throws the ball nowhere and gives possession over to the Giants.
Tony Gigot back in the Catalan ranks after going walkabout, really. He's been at Avignon, also had a spell with Cronulla just in their lower ranks, just finding out a bit more about the game. He's still only 24 years of age, but Huddersfield in possession with Luke Robinson. Starting the game in the hooking role, Robinson. And Brough drills that kick down the field. Now Escaray is beaten to the ball, and Oldfield makes it dead. I'm not sure that Escaray's not good.
I think it's a plan from the Giants to be as aggressive and physical as possible with Morgan Escaray. Still see him moving around uncomfortably at the back. Great player, very fast. I suppose you can take some of the sting out of him if you can hit him hard. Obviously it was illegal and he's not really able to get himself back involved since.
Well, they're keeping him on the field.
I know he does look uncomfortable, but sometimes players can run bangs and knocks off. They can more or less get through it. The mind tells the body what to do in situations like this. He needs to be strong in his mind and try and get some freedom in his running.
4 tackles gone. Carney plays the ball. Here is Giroud now. Little step from Giroud. Ball into midfield. Elmer, it squirts out. Come off up for Catalan, and Henderson keeps the ball moving to Whitehead. Bruff trying to turn Whitehead over. Whitehead plays the ball. Giroud will kick cross field. Zebtayer is underneath that one. Bats it back. It's knocked on by Willie Tonga. Couldn't gather that.
Well, that's a special play for the Dragons. They kick to the corner. Oldfield, Fuad Yaha, they'll be looking forward to that throughout the game, but probably Zebtayer jumping up, batting it back, caught the Dragons players unexpected.
Robinson, little darting run, almost catching Catalan unawares, and then that's a knock on. It is a scrappy start, isn't it?
Kick the ball forward here. Was that the same decision as yesterday then, if you kick the ball forwards?
Well, we ended up with the scrum here.
Was it a penalty yesterday?
Accidentally. Yesterday, he obviously ruled that he did it deliberately. Which is no advantage doing that, so it's
Saturday,
quite strange.
Luke Robinson still arguing the toss.
Keep the rucks going, guys. 10 metres both teams. Wait there, please.
And Catalan will get head and feet. Still waiting for the first points of this game.
Scott, wait there, please.
Only 13 minutes on the clock. Henderson picks up from the base of the scrum. Here is Willie Tonga. Tonga, neat footwork from the former Australian international.
Wait here, boys. Wait. Go, well done.
Henderson. Here is Jason Bateri. He's the link man, and Elmer again.
Move, Jack! Back here, boys.
Jack Hughes in to help make the tackle with Luke Robinson. Giroud now. Little skip from him. Carney showing the ball, but then taking him on himself. Yet to score a try for the Catalan Dragons, Todd Carney.
Play the ball, free.
And he can't unentangle himself from that situation. Referee tells him to play the ball. Giroud, short pass, finds Bateri. Suspicion that might have gone slightly forward. Right in the shadow of those Huddersfield posts. Henderson fires the pass out. Giroud stabs the kick in, and it's beautifully gathered, superbly gathered. It's Aaron Murphy.
Great defence by Huddersfield, really tested on that occasion. You need to be brave, Aaron Murphy.
Goalkeeping style from the Giants centre. Here's Brett Ferris now.
Move, Sam! Square up, boys! Wait here, Red. Go.
Early kick again.
Bruff and Fuad Yaha gathers that one. And then brings it back. And again, they turn him round and have him pointing back towards his own try line. It's good defence from the Giants.
It's a typical game plan from the Huddersfield Giants. They give it to Danny Bruff, puts it into the space.
Wait, boys.
They've got a good kick chase team, and they're really trying to outmuscle their opponents.
Move, Joe! Line it. He's got hold of him. Play on now.
The Catalan kit man is going to have his work cut out when they get home from this trip to Newcastle.
Move, Jack! We are, boys. Back here, boys.
And Huddersfield made a very wise choice with their blue shirt colouring.
Ian, you're off. Give him 10.
Is it blue? Purple?
Bluey purple.
Play on now, all on.
Turquoise.
Giroud and co with the tackle.
Wait here, guys. Wait. Go. Scott, stay out.
Well, on a brilliant grass surface, it's like clay court tennis at the moment, isn't it? Both teams asking their opponents to come from the baseline. Ball kicked from end to end, and either side cracking. But you have to imagine there's going to be a break in the proceedings at some point. 15 minutes, a little bit of fatigue starting to set into some of the legs of the defenders in the middle of the field. One or two of the sharper players looking to exploit it any second now.
In other words, there's a try coming. And here it's a run from Cuby. Cuby's got some support, and Ferris, oh, he's dragged down just short of the try line. Can he get it down? Another video ref decision. It was Ferris. It looked as though he'd been stopped just short. Was he held up is the question Ben Thaler is asking of his video refs, Ian Smith and Chris Kendall.
Well, he's actually asked for he thinks it's a knock-on before he gets there, so whether that's him putting the ball down, not sure. He's ruled no try on the field. Get that ball down, well, it's short at that point, and he loses possession. So that will be classed as a knock-on, so this will be no try, and it'll be a scrum to the Dragons on their 10-metre line.
And worryingly, while we're watching this, Brett Ferris, who is in all likelihood going to be denied a try, is having attention for a knock he's picked up in that incident.
It was a wonderful break. I think it was Craig Hubie who split the defensive line of the Catalan Dragons, and Brett Ferris, as he always does, with a good grip on the ball, tries to get it over. He's disorientated, doesn't know where the line is. He does his Georgie best, and you were nearly right, Phil, but no cigar.
Do you know what is impressive as well? Everyone thought Todd Carney was going to come over to the Catalan Dragons and inspire their attack, but his effort here, I think, has saved what would have been a brilliant try for Huddersfield. He uses his arm and his leg here to make it difficult, if not impossible, for Ferris to ground it. I just hope Brett Ferris's knee's okay, because it was twisted awkwardly in that tackle.
All right, we're fine.
Sure what else they could be looking at here. The ball's clearly lost forward. No advantage to give possession to the Dragons from that point. Best indication would be a scrum out 10 metres.
Ben Thaler awaiting the words, and the sign is no try. And Brett Ferris, well, this is costly, because Ferris, only just back from a knee injury, just 3 games back, is leaving the field hobbling.
He must twist his knee in the process of trying to score that try. One of the things I was looking forward to was the back three of both of these teams.
We've got a video ref ruled that was held up, so they get the ball back, and they're saying that the ball wasn't lost. Well, surely that was a knock-on in there.
Come on, hey,
it certainly looked like it.
No penalty on this.
But that means because it would have been a try, wouldn't it?
Come on.
Well, I am confused.
Luckily, it's when the score's 0-0. It won't ruin the whole weekend or the rest of this match. Well, the ball's on the floor. It's not held up over the line. That's the worst decision of the weekend.
Well, there's always one, isn't there? This one hasn't led to a try yet, but they still have possession to the Giants. They've lost Brett Ferris. That does not look good. As I said, he was out for 6 games, I think it was, with that knee injury suffered against Salford, and there the kick's out on the full, and that's another untidy passage of play comes to an end.
Well, probably the Giants had too much time to set that play up. Danny Brough was shaping to kick the ball left, kicked it across his body over to the right without looking at where he was, and it goes straight out on the full.
Ferris off, that is a big blow. He's been good since he was good before he got injured. He's been good since he's come back. Had a big game against Castleford last week.
He's probably the best attacking threat. Some brilliant defence from Huddersfield. It's just the attack that really hasn't been firing. Oh, Aaron Murphy's just sickened his opponent there. Absolutely sickened him. The speed with which they're getting up, identifying the man who's going to get the ball. And Willie Tonga's not sure what's just hit him. That won't feel very good at the moment.
And it was a slip just at the last second, trying to use that late footwork. Collides with the shoulder of Aaron Murphy. I think that's just a good shot, good tackle.
It's a disjointed start to this game, but Aaron Murphy had a storming game against Castleford last week. His battle with Michael Shenton was one to watch. Willie Tonga, well, he had an eventful start to his Super League career with that game against St Helens when he got cleaned out after 12 seconds. And that was another nasty bang. He's okay to continue. Shake of the head. Despite the fact he only lasted 12 seconds of that first game, he has missed only 1 so far.
Well, games with the Catalan Dragons usually end up 40-30 to one of the sides. That's the nature of which they go. It's unusual here to almost get to the 20-minute mark with it at 0-0. Tony Guijo now just gets his side over the halfway line. And you worry now for Huddersfield, without Brett Ferris, where their points might come to win this match.
Henderson. Well, Hubie certainly made a dent in the Catalan Dragons' defence, and it was his run that set up that passage of play. Giroud, change of direction. Still on the last. Escaré gets a kick of sorts away. McGillivray is underneath it. McGillivray catches it. And then gets the pass away, almost putting Aaron Murphy under pressure. Murphy and Zeb Tyre not really expecting that. So neither of them able to react.
Well, he does such a wonderful job, McGillivray. He catches that ball under all kinds of pressure and then almost undoes his hard work. Flings it over his shoulder. I think he thinks Aaron Murphy is going to collect it.
32nd consecutive appearance for Jermaine McGillivray going into this game.
Akuma Tai has come on for Brett Ferris. When you talked about points, he's been in great form, Akuma Tai. Coming off the bench today, he'll give some impact.
7 tries to his name, Akuma Tai, so far this season. Still 18 minutes gone, still 0-0 here at St James's Park. That's a good kick. It's a good chase as well from Kyle Woods, and the Dragons have to scramble that one dead. Another good kick from the Giants. Escaré, well, he seems to have got over his early problems. We
wondered whether he was fit. He had to get on his bike then. You just see with his head back. 2 attackers. If he doesn't get to that ball, Morgan Escaré, one of those 2 Huddersfield players gets it down, I think.
Good signs for the Giants. It's very hard to beat a team who are prepared to chase the kicks as hard as that. It's a great sign for the Huddersfield fans in this ground here, as Henderson just received some physio treatment from the physio whilst the clock stops.
It's already off.
Henderson hobbling back towards his own try line for this goal line dropout.
Did they call it a diplomatic injury? Is that what they call it?
Let him get back. Let him go.
The word about Brett Ferris is that it is the same leg. It's a different injury. Whatever it was, I think that's probably him done for the day, because it didn't look good. McGillivray will field that goal line dropout just about on the halfway line, and then the Huddersfield winger brings it back upfield. Robinson. Here's Jack Hughes. Should be playing for the Catalan Dragons with a name like that.
Wait.
Well, Phil's had a go, Bill. I'm going to predict that Huddersfield will score in this set.
Griggs chiming in the line, and the ball finds touch.
That was a bit closer than you, Barry.
Or the next one. Maybe even the one after, but...
Another big tackle, and Jake Connor. Well, he got Michael Oldfield right in his face. I think there might have been just a clash of heads there.
Or maybe even knees. You watch, he gets up. And we've already seen Jake Connor. He's gone down already.
Bang in the mouth.
Yeah. Heads, shoulders, knees, they've all collided.
Now, because there's an injury, the officials now go and double check this. I don't know whether that's consistent with the rest of the game, Stuart. Because there's an injury, the referee's gone to ask the touch judge for extra information.
Well, it will be consistent because it's a restart. They've got a scrum. I suppose the time that it's taken has given second thoughts.
Well, that's not right.
Well, no, it's not right. But the facility's there to use it. They can have 2 looks. Sounds like they've had a look and they're not going to change anything. So. But I take your point, it's a decent point, just because you've got plenty of time. It does encourage players to stay down on the ground.
Giants in possession. Still could be an opportunity for them, and there was a Catalan hand in there as the ball was passed from Connor. That's why it's the head and feed to the Huddersfield Giants. That's why it deflected into touch. That was the view from the touch judge. Robinson. Opportunity for the first try of the game at crunching defence. What good work from Whitehead. And then the penalty. Ben Thaler not standing for any of that.
Joe Wardle
and shoving.
Sorry, Bill. Joe Wardle runs that line every week. Very brave, very courageous. Hard to defend. Need to put your body in front of Joe Wardle and slam that door shut. Oliver Lima, Scott Giroud, they do exactly that, and then there's a bit of pushing and shoving on the floor.
I think it's Scott Giroud's knees that the referees objected to at the end there.
Good period of possession this for the Huddersfield Giants. Can they capitalise it? Can they put the first points on the board on day 2 of the Magic Weekends here at St James's Park? Not with defence like that from the Catalan Dragons. Again, Wardle is stopped in his tracks. Again, it was Whitehead involved there. Robinson's pass, but that's great smothering defence from Henderson to close down Hubie. Brough signalling another charge from his side. Robinson finds Jack Hughes. Hughes trying to wrestle his way free, but Bateri and Zebtaya making the tackle. 4 tackles gone. Robinson fires the pass. They go wide to Brough. Brough stabs the kick in. Whitehead will try and get there first, but Kopczak is back for the Huddersfield Giants.
The tackle count started again. He stuck a foot out, Elliot Whitehead. 6 more chances for the Giants.
Relentless pressure at the moment from the Huddersfield Giants. Here's a Kumatai. Bounces off one.
This is what
New Zealand warrior.
You need the brains to create something, because Catalan's defence is strong. Robinson scampers down the middle.
Robinson to 10 out for the Huddersfield Giants. Bodies falling all over the place. Catalans are in trouble here. They had players down, struggling to get back in the line. They could still be in trouble. Robinson, Brough will kick cross-field, looking for McGilvray. The ball comes down for Oldfield, and it was knocked forwards. And it's going to be more pressure.
Is this the 4th consecutive set of 6 tackles that Huddersfield have had to attack their opponents? He jumps high, knocks the ball forward. There's an argument to say he may have even been offside for penalty, but either way, it's a call now that goes for Huddersfield. The clock's going to stop, they're going to get the chance to regather, and you're going to imagine bigger Kumatai's going to be fed the ball, and these next 6 players Nash to crash over.
I've just been watching Jody Broughton over on the left side attack for Huddersfield. He's hugging that touch lad. He was all on his own. And Bill, you mentioned that the Dragons were all over the place. Jody Broughton was waving his arms all over, saying, "I'm free, get the ball to me."
Willie Tonga, who well, we saw him get a knock earlier on, having more attention.
You'd be terrified if you're Scott Durrell at the moment, because if you look opposite you, about 20 metres away, heading to start the engine and come at full speed, is a man that's about twice his size.
Well, it's up to Elliot Whitehead, his bodyguard. He's second in defender from the scrum. He needs to get up and prevent that, Phil.
Here they come. And they instead go right out wide, and the pass again doesn't stick. And the referee says it's back to 1. They're getting a lot of calls in their favour at the moment, the Huddersfield Giants. Can they make the most of them? The referee again suggesting there was a Catalan hand in there that dislodged that ball. So it's another 6 tackles for the Giants. Surely this Catalan defence can't hold them out once more. Fuad Yaha helping with the tackle, and the referee awards another penalty. Willie Tonga penalised this time.
Hand on the ball, Willie Tonga. The referee's talking to the players all the time. It's very messy at the ruck, possibly the conditions, maybe game plan. They're trying to slow their opponents down, both teams.
Relentless pressure at the moment from the Huddersfield Giants, looking for the first points in this game. We've had 23 minutes. But here they come, and it is a Kumatai. This time, he can't do too much damage. But that somebody else will, and Kopczak will, but that ball went forward, says the referee. Or was it batted down? It's going to be head and feed to the Huddersfield Giants again.
Well, last week Catalan scored how brilliant they can be by scoring 10 tries with their attack. They've shown us here over the last 5 minutes how good they can be at defending the line. This is a wonderful effort though. You just see Olivia Ellimer gets up and intercepts the ball. It's more hope than anything else to prevent a play. The clock stops again. And 6 more chances here now for Huddersfield to find a way to unlock what's been a superb goal line defence.
Ian Henderson on all 4s at the moment, having attention. Well, I'm not surprised if somebody's got a bang, because Huddersfield have just been hammering away at this Catalan defence. They've been putting their bodies on their line, the Dragons have, and they've held them out so far, but I've lost count of how many successive sets this is for the Giants.
I think it's 6, but when you're in phases like this, when you're attacking or defending, it can go either way. We see a scrum play from Huddersfield. They need to find some energy from somewhere, the Dragons.
Whitehead with the tackle on Wardle. Short ball, Kopczak again. He's stopped just short. Robinson, poised. Might he try something himself? Craig Hubie stopped just short of the try line. Dragons, they should be on that line. The ball now, Huddersfield give it a bit of depth. They find Aaron Murphy. Murphy, deceptively strong player, but he is tackled. Has 4 tackles gone. Kyle Wood, Akuma Tai. Akuma Tai looking for an offload. Grix was on his shoulder, but he couldn't get the pass away. That's the 5th tackle. Robinson, Brough, stabs a crossfield kick in this time. The try is on, and eventually Jody Broughton capitalises on non-stop pressure from the Giants. Brough with the kick. And there was nobody there to save the day this time for the Catalan Dragons. And Jody Broughton gets his first Super League try of the season.
Be patient, boys.
It was coming, it just took a while.
Well, I'm not surprised it's Jody Broughton, because he's been stood on his own for the last 5 minutes. In space, and Danny Brough, who else to deliver a pinpoint perfect kick? And I talked about both sets of teams. When you're in phases like that, you need to keep going. It's a case of who will crack, who will break first. It wasn't a missed tackle, it wasn't a mistake, it wasn't an error, it was a piece of magic. Jody Broughton simply has to catch the ball, put it down, and it's the first try for the Giants.
Sheer weight of traffic, wasn't it? The number of times it's had down there. They had 30 play the balls inside their opposition 20-metre zone and have failed to break through them with the defence, needing a kick. That's got to be a great deal of confidence boost for the Catalan Dragons. In fact, I'd be a little bit worried if you had that many chances to score and needed a kick at the end of it.
Yeah. Brough with the conversion, as ever, unerring, and rubbing salt in the Catalan Dragons' wounds. 2011, Jody Broughton got 4 tries against the Catalan Dragons when he was a Salford Reds player. 60 points to 16 win. He's got the first try of this game, but already this first period at some cost for the Giants. Brett Ferris off the field and probably not coming back. Angela.
Yes, sitting next to me here with a pair of crutches by the side of him and a right knee heavily strapped up. Not quite sure of the nature of the injury, but it is his knee, and it's not the same injury as the injury against Salford last time, but he won't play any more part in this game.
So Catalan, they'll be feeling hard done by. There is Brett Ferris. Well, what bad luck he's had with injury this season. Just back, showing signs of returning to good form, and suffers another problem. Craig Kopjak very close to a try to his name in this game. Brough launches another kick downfield, keeping Morgan Escaray busy. They saw what he can do against the Wigan Warriors last week if you give him the time and the space, and all he's had to do today so far, Morgan Escaray, is field those Danny Brough kicks.
Well, I was just going to say, it's down to Danny Brough and his decision making, when to kick, where to kick, and then his teammates react and put in a good kick chase and make it difficult for the Dragons to get over that 40-metre line. Second tackle, they're just about to come to it now.
Here's Giroud. Whitehead likes to range wide on that right-hand side. Carney. Julian Bousquet into the action, gets the pass away, does Bousquet. Greg Muniz is out there as well for the Catalan Dragons. Earl Crabtree into the action for the Giants. On the last, Giroud puts a nice kick in over the top. Oh, it's out on the full.
Kick pressure again, Bill. Scott Giroud had no time to get that kick in, and it is too strong by millimetres. And Zeb Taylor, we talked about Zeb Taylor and his influence on this Dragon side. He's been very quiet in the opening half an hour.
Doesn't help if your team don't have the ball, and Huddersfield have had the majority of possession, starting to enjoy the territorial advantage from that as well here now. Starting sets inside the opponent's half. Can they capitalise? You know, there's times in a game when things are going well for you. There's times when your opponents are on top. You're supposed to be able to handle both and capitalise when it's your turn. Is now a really important phase for Huddersfield as they've lost possession in that play.
Free play. That went ever so slightly forwards. So NFL flick, I think, from Todd Carney or Morgan Escaray.
Just a little bit. There's a mistake from the Giants as the ball spurts out.
Takuma Tai in his third Super League season. Well, it's a busy day. Big game coming up next on Sky Sports 1 with St Helens against the Warrington Wolves. Their supporters already packing into St James's Park. Not quite as busy as it was yesterday, but it will be by the time that kicks off. And then we round the day off with Castleford Tigers against the Wakefield Wildcats at 5:15. That's on Sky Sports 1. That wraps up day 2, and it wraps up the Magic weekend.
Well, a lot of people in the audience are waiting for the Catalan Dragons to come up with a magic trick. We've seen at times the brilliance of their attack, but they've been restricted with where they've had possession. And here now they've gone a little bit more conservative. I think they're just trying to make sure that they respect the ball.
Here is Gregory Muniz, one of the Dragons co-captains, along with Remy Casti. Dragons appearance record holder is Greg Muniz, such a loyal player. Escaray. Here's Willie Tonga. Tonga and Fuad Yaha. Well, how do you do? Here's the ball. Oh, there's the touchline.
Well, his winger was in space, and Willie Tonga's had a mixed afternoon. Look at him.
Joe!
He'd already dropped back Jermaine McGilvery.
Hold your 10.
Fizzled out again, an attacking play, fizzled out. Aaron Murphy does a tremendous job. That's been a good battle, Aaron Murphy and Willie Tonga.
Okay, keep the discipline in defense.
And Willie Tonga, well, he's not right either. Concern for Laurent Freysinou, just below him, Sebastian Ragan, their football manager, former Dragons player.
Take out. Out!
Because Tonga's, well, he is literally spitting
Surrender!
blood. Yes. And Escaray, we're not convinced about his fitness. Oh, and McGilvery and Henderson have a little spat there. Play continues. The referee brings things to a halt.
Well, that isn't Jermaine McGilvery's game at all. So something's gone on. In all the games I've watched Jermaine McGilvery play, I've never seen him lash out and punch. Well, there you go. Arrest
Henderson, a little
case.
slap. And match officials, Robert Hicks.
This is not the first one, like slap by the Catalan player.
On refereeing duty yesterday on the touchline today, just comes on.
Don't be bringing law into your own hands. Think about what you're doing.
And gives the penalty. Ben Taylor does, in favour of the Huddersfield Giants after that incident.
I think the video referees had some input on that. He saw the first offence there by Henderson. McGilvery then took the law into his own hands. So that's why the penalty is going to Huddersfield.
Ian, come on, mate.
And it puts the Catalan Dragons under more pressure, and they've had to deal with a lot of that. McGilvery taking the ball up.
I think he's one of those players you don't want to get angry because he's got maybe another 5% in him when he's been upset. I want to see the ball again in this set.
Move in! Ready.
I want to see him angry. I want to see another 5% from everybody.
Woods, lovely stepping run, cutting through the Catalan Dragons defence, and another penalty as Catalan desperately try and halt his progress. And how long before somebody has to spend 10 minutes in the sin bin if this continues for the Catalan Dragons?
Well, it's almost spoiling tactics from the Dragons. The game hasn't been allowed to flow, hasn't got going. It's a nice show and go from Kyle Wood, who maybe catches a stray knee at some point. He's still on the ground. Paul Anderson says we'll take the 2 and we'll get something from all this possession that we've had.
Right, it needs sorting out, or else I'll start to further action.
Ben Thaler is, and Greg Muniz, captain on the field, having a word.
He's gone for half a ring.
And Henderson still having a word.
I don't think you'll win with Ben Thaler. I really like the way he manages players and speaks to them and deals with them. And I know
Ian Henderson will have a go.
Well, I know speaking to a lot of the players, they respect the rapport that he has with them.
I want to try and I don't want to be stopping him and pulling them out.
You see the way he's talking to Danny Brough, he's getting ready to kick. He's talking to him about what he needs to do with his players and his team. See, he's even managing the cone carrier. Gives him a little tap on the back.
Kicking tee is out as an indication of just how tight this contest has been. Huddersfield Giants going for 2 points.
Elba Polissier is about to enter the frame. Might break up and open up now.
Yep.
And Brough on target. Just extends the Giants' advantage. 8 points to 0 they lead against the Catalan Dragons. And another worrying sight for the Catalan Dragons, because Todd Carney is getting that left thigh strapped. He has had no end of injury problems since moving from the NRL to resurrect his career in Super League.
Well, they'll be hoping to get the ball at the other end of the field. He's just got tension on his left thigh, but his team need the ball in hands. It's a great kick-off.
McGilvray just keeps it, look over his shoulder there just to see how close he was, been flirting with danger.
Well, there you go, Bill. I talk about that a lot, don't I? If you're on that back line and that's your responsibility, whether you're a winger or a prop, it's been the props that I've highlighted in the last month or so. It's your duty, your responsibility to catch that ball. It was going over the head of the the Giants catcher, and McGilvray catches it and puts his Giants teammates on the front foot.
The sun coming out at St James's Park.
Keep coming, he trapped him in his leg.
Huddersfield with Earl Crabtree. Julien Bousquet, another big man,
Move, Julian!
making the tackle. Brough. Is Anthony Mullally in midfield, playing the ball. Mullally off to join the Leeds Rhinos for 2016. Big shoes to fill there. Escaré, he's having a shaky game. Morgan Escaré got hold of that at the second attempt. Oh, and then that's another penalty, and it's, I think, Giroud involved, couldn't get to his feet, didn't like what Brough was doing, and it's going to be another penalty, and that is an official warning for the Catalan side as in general, I think, Stuart.
Well, it is, yeah. You can't come in and just drag a player off if you're waiting at acting half-back, and that's what Scott Duro's done. Even if he thinks that the player's on there too long, that's the referee's responsibility. And the back of that, he's put the full team on a warning now, so we can see the next one. If we get another penalty in the next few minutes, one of the Catalan Dragons will be dispatched to the sin bin.
Got it, back there.
And meanwhile, Brough has the formality of 2 more points from bang in front of those posts, thumps the ball deep into the stand at the Gallagher end and into the Giants supporters.
And that's a nice touch as well, the two players giving each other a nod, bit of a wink. Let's crack on with the game now. It was a quality kick. The hang time on Danny Brough's kicks, the accuracy has been the difference. It's been the key factor in this first 35 minutes or so.
Here's Mullally. It's a big move for him, isn't it? Stepping up, with all respect to the Giants, but taking on that role at Leeds, because it is a role that obviously has a lot of cachet.
I'm not sure it's a direct replacement for Jamie Peacock. I'm sure Brad Singleton, Rob Mulhern, Andy Yates, some of the other players that are waiting their turn in the system at the Rhinos, they'll have something to say about that, but it will certainly bolster up the pack from the Rhinos' perspective. And for Anthony Mullally, it's an excellent chance for him to really stake a claim and establish himself in Super League.
Does the kick come on this play? Yes, it does. He stood centre field, he's had time, he's been able to pick exactly where he wants to put the ball. He's getting very repetitive players here now, and the Catalan Dragons, you can see 4 of them walking back, still 30 or 40 metres from their own line.
Leaving it to their 3/4 at the moment. Oldfield turned on his back. He didn't like that. Zebtea, we really haven't seen anything of Zebtea so far. Hasn't been able to get into the game.
Well, I think they'd be delighted if they can get to half-time at 10-0. Could almost recover from that, but just been choked out here. Scott Duro's going to shift it wide. Tony Gigot bounces along, but trying to work the way around Huddersfield. Can't make ground by going head-to-head in the middle against them.
Of course, Catalan have got to...
Is that Julien Bousquet who's kicked it?
Well, yeah, they've got a busy week, Catalan Dragons, as Grix spins and almost gets through. They're on the plane after this game. They're going to stay and watch Warrington against St Helens, but they face Warrington next Friday, so it's back home on the plane this evening and then back into the UK on Thursday.
They were all here yesterday, enjoying yesterday's festivities, so they've certainly had the fill of rugby league this weekend.
Huddersfield. Can they round off the first 40 minutes with more points? Escaré, oh, the ball eludes him. And
Jake Connor, I think it is.
In hope, thinking it might just go their way, but there was a knock-on, and for the first time virtually in the first 40 minutes, Catalan Dragons get a decision going their way inside their own defensive area.
Well, it's a kick again that almost breaks the deadlock here. I think it's Scott Griggs who puts it behind the line. Jody Broughton traps it, puts it in the path of Jake Connor, who just drops the biscuits.
Led off for the Catalan Dragons. Frustration for the Huddersfield Giants and their coach. He knew that was to score right before the half-time hooter would have really, well, that would have deflated the Catalan Dragons. As it is, it's 10-0 as the clock counts down.
You're right, that is a massive moment in this match, because they spent the first 20 minutes trying to grind their opponents down, repeatedly spending time at this end, goal line dropouts, penalties, working hard in the defence to make sure that Catalans were repeatedly coming away from this end of the field. See another penalty, and there was a chance just before half-time for another score in the corner. Big moment in this match.
And 20 seconds to go before the half-time hooter. Catalan get a penalty. Not much chance of taking advantage of this. Referee Ben Thaler just having a word with Mullally, I think it is.
It was good footwork from Muniz. Good late footwork at the line.
This is where they go for the magic play. Watch Scott Narrow, he's going to come up with something.
Wait for the tap, wait!
Drive on this.
Oh, no. Eloy Pelissier across the field.
Oh.
And then the cross-field kick, but no real enthusiasm in the chase. And Jody Broughton will just take it to the sideline, make sure that is the final action of a stop-start first 40 minutes. Huddersfield Giants having the best of it. Grind is the word I think has been used. They have ground their way to, at half-time, a 10-0 lead here at St James's Park.
Yes, not the prettiest 40 minutes that we have seen this season, to be fair, let alone here at the Magic Weekend. It was a bit stop-start at the beginning, wasn't it? It was an error-strewn and penalty-littered first half. 6-3 the penalty count to Huddersfield at half-time. Danny Brough has kicked 2 of them, and the Giants are ahead by 10 points to 0 at the break.